What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Ball Pit, and we are picking up a little bit after where we left off last time. If you'll remember, at the end of the last episode, we had a game crash. It came at a pretty annoying time. I think we were at the very end of the level, but off camera, I just went ahead and I kind of redid everything. Thankfully, the game sort of saved the progress, so it's not like I really lost much other than that one last run that we did. And then, you know, just for fun, I went ahead and kind of replayed that same map and won. So I have unlocked the next, hold on, there we go. I have unlocked both a new character that we can recruit. I can't remember if it's the Mansion or the Necromancer, but I have also unlocked the 2 necessary gears to bring us to the next level. So kind of unintended there. You guys unfortunately didn't get to see me win the kind of the last level of the desert, the liminal desert, I believe it's called. No. We're actually in the fungal forest, I think is what it is. Anyway, we beat it, and it answered the question for me that I had, which was, if you bring 2 characters at once, do you get a gear for each character? And you do. So we got 2 gears at once. Boom. Let's upgrade. Let's see what the next level is. I think it might have even told me and I missed it. The Gory Grasslands. Very cool. So we're going to try that out today, but not before we get some harvesting done. The resources are kind of whatever. What I want to do right now is just see if we can unlock a new character before today's first run. And then we can, we're probably going to need to buy some more space so we can make some better neighborhoods. Look how many bounces it takes to finish this. Holy crap. Well, I'm glad I set it up like this, because this would have taken forever to do otherwise. So we unlocked the Spendthrift. If I had to guess, it had something to do with gold. So the Necromancer, once per battle when you die, revive with 25% health and kill all nearby enemies. That's a pretty powerful effect. And then the Spendthrift. So let's go ahead and see what that is right now. So we also are getting a bonus of 30% gold. Starts with the Vampire Ball. A wealthy merchant living a life of extravagance shoots all balls at the same time in a wide arc. You know what? I'm going to bury the lead a little bit here. We're going to take him to the Boneyard. Do we have any other guys that haven't beaten the Boneyard yet? No. Okay, do we have anyone who hasn't beaten the ice level? The Shield Bearer, interesting, okay. And the Shade. Maybe we could do a mix and match with the Spendthrift and the Shade. So let's select the Spendthrift. Let's bring in the Shade. And let's go to the Snowy Shores and see if we can't get 2 unlocks here. And level up the Spendthrift so that maybe we can take him into the Gory Grasslands. Or we'll just try with one of our OG characters that we know we do really well with. So remember, the Shade makes it so that the balls shoot from the top instead of from us, which sometimes is very good and sometimes is very bad. I'm trying to think of what the positives and negatives are of having a character that shoots the balls out in an arc. Tempted to get a turret here. Let's go for instead the laser. I think the laser balls are awesome when coupled with the Shade. Another good thing for this map is all those like ice barriers that these units produce get completely circumvented by being shot from behind. So that works out awesome. Upturn Hatchet is probably the passive that we want. But that ball is one of the balls that we want. And it also makes one of the evolutions that I think is the strongest on this particular map. I mean, we're getting huge clears. Not that I care that much about the bonus gold, but it is just a nice sign of how strong the current character mix is. And it could just be from all the advantages we have. Yeah, you know what? Here, I will take it. as the balls bounce back and forth, once they hit the top, they do bonus damage. The first shot, they actually do reduced damage. Cool. What do we take here? I don't like any of these. Well, I definitely meant to re-roll there. I didn't realize that if I double banished, I didn't get to re-roll. So that sucks. So we missed out on a pickup. Oh no, it took it for me. Did I not hit banish? Whatever. Try not to cry over spilt milk. Let's take the Vampire Lord. Gives us a heal and a stack of bleed. And to me, even more importantly, gives us room to get potentially some more useful balls for the Shades character. I'm going to take the Frozen Spike. That's another one of the passives that we really do want. Level that up, so that way we can evolve it when the time comes, which is right now. Get the Freeze Ray. And that Icicle thing that we picked up, that passive, is going to synergize awesome with this. It's going to be a ton of AoE damage. Love to take another Laser Ball. I mean, and this is just more AoE damage, which is what these will both do. Yeah, I'll take it. Whatever. Let's just round out our passive slots. That's fine. It doesn't synergize well with the Vampire Ball, because it doesn't do any AoE, so... Ooh, that one stuck up there is not so hot. Man, look at the terminal velocity this thing is achieving. There we go. Every run we've done so far with the Shade has been a little bit boring until it's not. Like, I'm not really doing much here. I'm very minimally directing to make sure that we don't get overwhelmed. But there may end up being a point where I can't direct anything and then we just lose. And at that point, it's like... I don't know. Maybe the Shade is the least fun character. Maybe that's what I'm saying. You have very little control over the action. But anyway, I forgot to mention at the top of the video, Happy Halloween to everybody. I'm recording this on Halloween morning. My kids are at school. They're getting old now. They didn't want to wear their costumes to school, which I get. I probably wouldn't have worn mine either. They're getting to that age where they're like, they feel too big to trick-or-treat, especially my daughter. And I get it. I don't remember when I stopped trick-or-treating, but it was probably... like 13-ish, something like that. Would still go do stuff. But not trick-or-treating. Especially not with your parents. Where I grew up, we had a really awesome festival called the Gumbo Festival. You know, all the classic big rides, the Gravitrons, the Zippers, the huge swings, the Ferris wheels, all the good stuff. And that was every year, man. And it was pretty dang close to my house. Meet up with all your friends, parents would give you 20 bucks, and you could just run wild. It lasted a whole weekend. It was awesome. Probably some of the best memories of my childhood. Gumbo Festival. It was also the end of the football season. So my football team, we would march in the... We'd have like a parade. Small town fun stuff in Louisiana. What do we got here? I don't know if this bleed ball, horizontal laser ball have a synergy. I don't think they do. But we won't know until we get the bleed ball to level 3. So let's see if we can do that before we pick up an evolution. We were hoping for an easy win with this run and some free blueprints, essentially. Let's see if we end up getting that. Nice. Laser's doing work. We take the level 3 bleed ball. We take that. Sure. So there is no evolution, so we're going to have to fuse. And I think what we do is we make the Vampire Lord an AoE ball. I think that's the move. We have nothing that we know of that evolves with the bleed ball, so I'm going to take the wind ball, which does give me the ability to now kind of aim, because it does pass through the top layers. And if we mix that with something else, the ghost ball also would have done that for us, but I like the AoE on the wind ball. And it has some really good evolutions. We want to level the heck out of that. Wonder if there's a bloody wind ball that we can get. We're crushing them. I'm not too stressed about the victory here. We'll take that. We would have much preferred to have leveled up first, so we could try for the evolution, because now we're stuck taking supplies that I don't really care about. But we'll take the gold so that maybe we have the option to upgrade our town size when we get back. Maybe. We've got 700 gold in the bank. We probably need over 1,000 to get the next parcel. Come on, man. One more level and one more evolution. And then to be really strong, we really want to get one more ball after that. Yeah, and there's no mixture here, so we just do that. And it works. It still kind of accomplishes the same thing. It'll apply stacks of bleed in an AoE as it slows, as it passes through. It makes our axe a bit worse. Because we don't get those bounces that power it up after it hits the back. Because they just drop straight down. So it's a bit of a debuff there. A bit of a nombo. And here, what do we take? I don't think it matters. If we weren't almost done with the stage, I probably would have taken the Earth Ball for like AoE. But I think that's not going to be a factor here. So let's just get the single target DPS that comes with the Iron Ball. Was my thought process. If you can get it stuck in the back, get a ton of ricochets, tons of bounces. Even as a level 1 ball, it should do good damage. And here comes the boss. Game was kind enough to give me a couple of health potions before the final boss starts. Love it. So at the end of the last episode too, we experienced a bit of like a weird crossover. Like some of the enemies from a different stage came and attacked during the boss battle, and that was right when the game crashed. I don't know if that was a result or a symptom of the crash, or if that was the cause of the crash, or if that was just a normal thing that we hadn't seen yet. But it was weird. Since we are firing at a bit of a wide arc, and I know we're just going to passively hit this guy. He's almost dead, actually, now that I look at it. I was going to say, we're just going to focus on the enemies that are coming down the side of the map to make sure they don't hurt me. But this is over. Incredibly fast victory. We should certainly have the gold that we're going to need. I can't help but notice I didn't get any blueprints. I thought I would have got several for that. For each nearby building, passively gain 1 gold every minute. Cool. We did power up the snow trophy. 2x. Maybe that helps. Okay, but now it is 100% time to expand, and it costs 1,000. Okay. Where do we want to expand? Let's go in a viscerally direction. There's really nothing to build other than more resource generation, which I could do. But I'm not that interested in that. And I think we'll just harvest. And call it a day for this. And when we come back, we'll pick out things to upgrade. Probably we'll even take a minute and reorganize. Because we have another recruitment building that we're going to want to put with the group of other recruitment buildings to get the bonuses. But for now, let's just enjoy the game. Let's push forward. What I would like to do... The itchy finger, this character, has been the one that's really done the best for us whenever we take him into new biomes. So let's take him by himself into the Gory Grasslands and see how well we do. This will be a true test without mixing characters together. This should be a true test of how tough this biome is. He's one of our higher leveled characters as well. And without all the commotion of multiple characters, we'll be able to kind of take stock of the abilities and stuff of these enemies. So this is kind of cool. Sort of like in like a African savanna theme here, with what looks to be lions. Cool. That's a neat aesthetic you don't see explored too much. So this character, I definitely don't care about that. And I definitely don't care about that. Let's... Ooh, but I gotta pick something. You know what? This is fine. It's just a damage buff as long as we shoot inward, and I'm cool with that. We can make the bomb here. Or we can go for the cell, which has evolutions we haven't even explored yet. The bomb and the silver bullet do kind of work together because we don't even want to bounce it. We want to target it. Sure. It's single target, it's AoE, it just does a lot of damage. But it's very easy to sort of waste by accidentally hitting one enemy and then all that DPS goes to nothing. Whereas the balls that pass through, I mean, this is a cool one too. The lightning ball mixed with iron could be great as well. Maybe we'll just reserve judgment until we see what our fourth ball is. That might inform our decision a bit better. So I see the little mouse. I would be willing to bet the mouse is speeding them up, which is a cool idea. I see double mouse back there. We'll take that. So they've got archers, they've got dudes with shields and maces, and then they've got these mice. And it looks like, I don't know, maybe like a 10-15% speed buff on them whenever the mice are out. It's a little bit hard to tell, but I feel like that's the case. Poison is a really good ball, especially if you mix it with stuff. It shows that we don't currently have anything that can evolve with it that we know of, but there might be something we just haven't seen yet. Let's do a little testing. Oh, that dude was riding one of the animals? I just noticed that. That's cool. So you've got some of the little ones stacked on top. Neat. I think that's new. I don't think any of the other stages have that. It's always like the same block stacks on top of the same block. Try to get some upward bounces into the nooks and crannies. All about the nooks and the crannies. Balls that hit flaming enemies light on fire. Yeah. This had some synergy with the burn ball. I'm not willing to take it yet until I know that we're going to be lighting enemies on fire, because a lot of the evolutions that we can take with the burn ball get rid of the burn effect. So then that would become a dead passive for us, and we don't want that. But we might get something that mixes with the burn ball that applies a lot of burn to everything, and then that becomes a great passive. I'm gonna... I guess we just... I'm gonna roll. Okay, we rolled, we gambled. I didn't see anything I wanted. Maybe I'm undervaluing certain passives. So this one plants a lightning rod in the enemies it hits. They're struck by lightning every 3 seconds, dealing AoE. I think we can find something better to do with the lightning ball. I'm a little bummed there wasn't any recipes for us to learn there. And the bomb ball is good. I think it even... You can upgrade some of these balls again, and I think the bomb ball is one of them. You can get like a nuclear bomb or something. I don't know how to get it, but I've heard tale of such a thing. This is a great... And it probably involves getting... maybe another bomb and mixing 2 bombs together. But let's go Ghost here. And Ghost and Poison is huge. Alright, let's see what this mini-boss looks like. It's a guy riding a guy. Gotcha. We can get that in there. Our build doesn't want to hit the wall, but this is too much damage to pass. Especially because we don't know how strong this guy is. We just need to single target focus, in my opinion. And we got a dense wheat field with higher regrowth rate and capacity. Do we have to replace all of our current wheat? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'm doing all that. We reroll here to try to get a level 3 ghost ball, because we're about to pick that up. And now we can evolve into the virus ball, which will pass through the enemies and apply its damage stacks. And that's a big deal. I mean, look how thick the wall of units is right now. Oh my god, the virus ball doesn't have the properties of a ghost ball? Oh my god, I should have read. Okay, well I just got wrecked because we desperately need something now. Oh, none of these are good. We need another ball. And the shadow ball is the exact one we don't care about. Do I roll again? Yeah, I think so. Damn. I think we have what it takes to kind of dig ourselves out of this. We need an AoE ball, I think, ASAP. You saw them like marching quickly towards us. I don't know what was causing that. But they were like, yeah, they're chanting. Is there an enemy on the map that's making them do that? I don't see any might. Okay, we needed big upgrades there. Maybe that'll be the difference maker. Okay, we need another ball. Bleed, sure. Don't want to hit the wall, man. Ah, that was a big hit. We're hanging in. Gotta get that to level 3. So we can fuse something here. Potentially put some AoE on virus. Oh my god, these two together? I don't think so. I don't think that's good. I think I'd rather have the extra ball, the potential for another evolution. This is spooky, man. I'm not sure why they're getting this like crazy speed buff, or if that's just how this level works. Whew. We re-roll. I can't re-roll again, so I think we just take the dagger. It's not useless. We are hitting enemies in the back. It's just not our primary way of doing damage. But if we can carve through... a fusion here, I'll take this. Just get AoE bleed. Lightning bleed, sure. It's a power-up, but it's not ideal. Vertical is interesting. It does hit enemies in the back, and it does have an AoE effect. If we shoot right here, then at least the laser ball is going to be hitting the mini boss. But we got to clear these nerds before we can handle business. Alright, let's see if we can get some crazy ricochets. And it looks like we're getting them. Happy to get the level. And we can fuse these two. I think that's the move. Now we got some serious AoE with the poison. So it's like single target with AoE, it's great. Plus we're getting the bonus from hitting in the back. And as long as we're shooting inward, we're getting a DPS bonus from Silver Bullet. The build is coming together. Our fourth ball is going to tell us a lot. About where we go from here. Blind, huh? No, I think we get more AoE going, man. And that'll mix great with any ball we get. Anything we want to fuse that with is we're gonna be happy to do it. Could even be the poison vertical laser ball. May just want to take the hit from those lone scragglers, just to not lessen our DPS. Because single focusing them for like 3 seconds really costs us a lot of damage downfield. There we go. We're hanging in there, man. It's starting to look pretty sketchy, though. Yep, we gotta choose. Sometimes we're gonna have to take a hit. Balls pass through, and then probably get stuck in the back. If we weren't being horrifically overwhelmed, I can't tell if this is the answer or if this is terrible. I think it's terrible. I think we gotta roll. I don't know for what. That's probably fine. It's just bonus damage. There's no downside. It wants us to play a certain way that's not really realistic, but it will. To stand in the same column all the time as the enemies that are taking damage from us is just not going to happen. But it will happen, so it's not nothing. Using these two, I don't even know what it does. Because the ball explodes. That might have been absolutely terrible. We'll get some blinds. Yeah, I think that was awful. I think we should have passed on that. Because that ball explodes, it has to reset. It doesn't shoot as much. So we lost a lot of the AoE from the horizontal ball. Which I think might have even been doing more damage for us than the bomb. Okay, we've got a boss here. Can we survive? Looks like maybe not. I can't even watch. I can't see what the boss is doing right now. Holy crap. Okay, it's just bullet hell time. We can do it. We can do it. Barring any insane... Yeah, just stay still, stay at the bottom, that way we can rope-a-dope it. Try to target the boss more. I can't even tell what it is. Looks like a bear. Rope-a-dope, rope-a-dope. Give us some room to rope-a-dope. Pull them all the arrows down to the bottom corner. It's not a tough boss fight, it doesn't look like, but I would feel a lot more comfortable if I had some HP going into this. Pull them in, pull them in. And our balls can break the arrows. Yes, thank you, thank you. Even one HP potion makes me feel a lot better. It's just straight up another hit we can take. I'm focused up, man. But we've almost got it. Holy crap. Our first ever run on this map, and we take it down. Sweet. And we got the Gory trophy. Gain ball speed for each character. Got it. So ball speed. And we've unlocked the monastery, which is yet another new character. And the theater, which is another new character. And we got one of the gears for yet another level unlock. So Itchy Finger Man proves once again MVP character. Let's return to base and see what we can build. Every time I increase the space, it just gets swallowed up instantly by new buildings. But I didn't even think about that. We got new upgrades. So we've unlocked the hand mirror. Projectiles have a 50% chance to reflect upon hitting you, dealing damage if they hit an enemy. That's cool. Once again, building into that potentially tanky build we've been talking about. The hand fan. Slow down enemies in the same column as you by 50%. That's very interesting. That's super interesting. You could really mess with the geometry of the enemies with that. And then the Lover's Quiver. Projectiles have a 40% chance to heal you for 1 health instead of hurting you. That's very situational, but still an interesting mechanic. I can't help but feel. So now, we got to do some serious rearranging. Let's see if we can even build first. I do want that, but I'm always prioritize getting a new character first because I think that's the coolest part of the game. Let's build that. Let's build that. Let's build this. There we go. And these are new fields, which are bigger and better than the old fields? No. These are the better. Oh, they're a quarter of the size. For a fraction of the cost. Okay. And they have a higher regrowth rate. Gotcha. So at some point we want to dismantle all this stuff. I don't know how much. I mean, we could do it. We could do it right now. Let's see real quick. What are we trying to do? I am going to expand one more time. For this, probably not completely optimal, but for the sake of my brain. We're not building, we are rearranging. So this building gives bonus experience to all of the bros that are nearby, which are all of these buildings, and these two we have yet to build. So this is going to be quite the Jenga we're going to have to do. And these are preliminary Jengas, so don't judge me. And yeah, some of these want to be nearby, like wheat fields and forests and stuff, but we just don't have the layout for that yet. House for the shield bearer. And a house for the shade. Okay, so we neatly fit everyone. When these two are done, they'll have to fit over here as well. This one, not a problem, right? Cool. This is going to be a problem, but we'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we'll just throw these buildings out of the way. And we'll see what we can upgrade. We're kind of low on gold since we just spent. And a lot of these upgrades want a ton of gold. This increases our HP. Sure, I'll take that. We'll bring that down here. What else? Want to get the most out of all the bounces we're about to do. Would be nice to finish all of the upgrades we've got going on in one day. So let's go ahead and rearrange again. Something like this, perhaps. And we could completely close it in. Yeah, let's do it. I think it's worth it to unlock 2 more characters today. So we got the 2 characters. We upgraded the building. My geometry was pretty poor. I could not foresee that we wouldn't even touch this. And there's nothing to harvest here, so... Man, look at them. They turned Super Saiyan. So we've unlocked the Flagellant and the Juggler. Very cool. So with that, now we go ahead and we rearrange. Alright, you're in the money. Let's rotate. Does that not fit? I was hoping that would fit. This is kind of an awkward one for us. I think we can do that and it's fine. This isn't beautiful. Can we get this a little better here? Okay, that's cool. As long as all the buildings are getting the bonus experience for all the different characters, I'm happy with that. And for now, this is all good. Let's just go ahead and jump into exploring what the new characters are while we still have a little bit of time today for one more run. We got the Flagellant, which starts with the egg sac. Looking like a zombie Marcus Aurelius. Just your average Flagellant. Balls bounce normally off the bottom of the screen. Weird. And then the Juggler starts with the lightning ball. A street performer flourishes around, lobs balls into the air at a target position on the field. Balls don't start bouncing until they reach the ground. So shoots like a mortar. That's very cool. I'm going to start with the Flagellant. And let's just take both. Why not? Kind of explore them both at the same time. Take them both to the boneyard. Get them some levels. Maybe get some unlocks for us. And learn how they work. And remember, they're not base level characters. We're doing the first level with all the advantages that come from how highly upgraded our town is. So I'm hovering the reticle over the enemies. Huh. So if I want to shoot behind, I shoot behind. If I want to put the ball in a particular crevice, I can do that too. Curious how that works with the ghost ball, but these are definitely some interesting characters. It might have been better to play them one-on-one. But I wanted to squeeze in both characters today at the end of today's video, and that's what we're going to try to do. So the ghost ball, unless we pick it up, it seems to kind of defy the mechanics of the characters. And if we don't want to lob it again, we just keep dodging it. Let it hit the back wall and keep bouncing, instead of coming to us. Which is what I think the Flagellant does. Normally, once the balls hit the back wall, they come back to us. But on this character, they don't. So we're kind of dodging from both ends. It's pretty interesting. These two might not be a good mix together, but I bet there's some awesome synergies that we could think up with either one of these characters. I'll just take a decent passive there. All the balls are already level 3. We're just waiting on an evolution to happen. We gotta have something that can evolve together. I was hoping to get a new recipe. Kind of the best time to experiment with trying to get new recipes for the balls is when you're already sort of experimenting and learning what the character does. So we have nothing. Well, that's miserable. I think we just mix the lightning and the ghost, perhaps. Just AoE passing through. Will never go wrong. It's going to be really good versus the boss. This we know synergizes. This makes the mosquito swarm, which I don't think you guys have seen. I think this was one that I unlocked in that quick little playthrough I did off camera after the game crashed. That was an evolution I kind of stumbled across. It was like, oh snap. So we'll check that one out. So let's see if we can lob him behind. We gotta catch it to lob it. There we go. I think we're doing a good job. Mini boss is getting messed up. There's the mirror, which lets us reflect. So the mosquito swarm explodes into 3 to 6 mosquitoes. Mosquitoes attack random enemies, dealing 80 to 120 damage each. If a mosquito kills an enemy, it steals 1 health. So pretty cool. Gonna have to keep an eye out to see how often that does or doesn't trigger. Gotta remember that I'm basically a mortar right now. And then if I'm just kind of haphazardly moving my reticle around, I'm not gonna be very efficient. We'll keep trying to get the balls to level 3. At this point, I'm in it for the blueprints, man. I just want to see if there's any cool new unlocks that we can get. This game is surprisingly deep for what it is. The depth of characters, the building element, the way they've kind of managed to keep all the different stages fresh by adding different types of enemies that do different types of stuff. I've been very pleasantly surprised with this game. Came out of nowhere for me. I didn't hear anything about this before it dropped. And I don't remember what I paid for it. 10 to 15 bucks maybe? for the number of hours that I've gotten of enjoyment out of it so far, I think that's pretty awesome. Everything's so expensive nowadays. 15, 20 bucks for a game that you play for like 20 hours. That's pretty good value. I've had AAA games I paid like 60, 70 bucks for, and ended up putting down after a while. Let's do laser mosquitoes. What does that even look like? Way more mosquitoes. And the mosquitoes inflict lasers. Laser mosquitoes. Now, well, that's probably the name of this episode, hopefully. Hopefully I remember to name the episode Laser Mosquitoes. Yeah, I was trying to think of the last AAA title that I bought that I was kind of meh with. And it was definitely Space Marine 2. I'm not trying to badmouth Space Marine 2 because I think it is a good game. And there's certain type of people that love those types of games. But I realized as I got like, I don't know, maybe 8 hours into it, I was like, I'm not having that much fun. I love the Warhammer 40k universe. Very cinematic game. But I just got tired of the sort of repetitive gameplay and the sort of like very linear, I don't know, linear like level progression, I guess. I enjoyed the last God of War, but I had a little bit of similar complaints there. I beat that one. I played that one all the way through. Got almost all the unlocks, I think. But even still, I loved Ragnarok. I thought Ragnarok was dope. Let's see if we can put some additional hurt on this thing. Come on, man. We gotta kill him. Come on. We're about to start taking hits. That's crazy. I didn't think we were going to make it to that point. We are going to get the swamp. That's huge. Big AoE poison for us. And just like that, we healed up. I didn't respect that boss until or that mini boss until he got close. Let's banish here. Banish here. Let's reroll for 5 and just take any ball. Yeah. I'll take another poison ball. Yeah, I thought we were going to be able to clear just through, like, passively aiming anywhere in the backfield, but no, we needed more single target damage on that dude. The boss is going to be probably easier than the mini-boss. We could just shoot probably directly at the crown on the back of its head. And if not, we can hit right behind it in such a way that we can bounce. All the lasers and the poison are going to stack up like crazy. It's going to be nuts. We still have time to maybe fuse and get another ball. Or get a very relevant passive. We may want to level before we pick that up. Got it. Okay. Take the level 3. See what it lets me do. Okay. I guess I can't double fuse. I don't know, man. Also, can't help but notice we haven't unlocked any blueprints here. Maybe after the final boss. That doesn't do anything versus the boss, unfortunately. The AoE damage is pretty irrelevant. It's nice right now for the next, like, 10 seconds. It'll lead to some pretty good chain reaction deaths. Would be good versus the fungal boss, which is just a bunch of enemies tied together. Not this nerd. So we can't hit the boss before his HP shows up. So we're just going to keep shooting straight ahead to where we know his crown is. And it sounds like we're hitting him already. I mean, look at the damage. Half HP before he even started. Stand perfectly still in the middle. Not get hit. And a bit of an anticlimactic victory here today, but we did take out a whole new level, unlock 3 characters. Got an achievement here for conquering the Boneyard. Our housing has gained an ability. Bouncing off this building increases the harvest clock. I mean, that's cool. Probably will never happen. And harvest stone from adjacent boulders every 10 minutes. As long as we're trying to get experience on our characters, they're always going to be awkwardly placed around that other building that's giving them bonus experience. Let's return to base, and I'll harvest one more time before we go. And with this amount of money, we should definitely have an upgrade or two, huh? I need to put all my fully upgraded stuff in a spot where I don't have to click on it anymore. Like down here. Like this stuff is done. It's all level 5, which I think is max. Okay. Increase our speed. And what else? Anything else? Alright, that's it. So whatever, we'll shoot into these, and then generally just let them fly, man. We can use the resources. This is not great that we've created this. But it's whatever. I'm hoping some of these guys would get into the stone here. Yeah. Almost. When we come back, we'll have a harvest, and we'll use it to unlock this stuff. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Good Talk Gaming. And as always, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.